Hi, so this is Brian, or Hiccup with Tourettes, as I'm known online. Bitch. And today we're going to be talking about a community that was very popular and about this time last year, summer of 2021. Help me. This community was kind of meant to weed out people in disabled communities that were faking. This was kind of meant to help those communities, but in reality, as someone who is in the Tourette's community, it has not really helped my community that I'm in very much. In fact, it has kind of done a bit of the opposite. I'm going to be talking about a bit of how they've kind of perpetuated some stereotypes, how they affected me, how I've noticed the effects in the community. So I'm gonna get started. So the community FakeDisorderCringe has kind of they like to point out people who have videos of people in the past not ticking, and then all of a sudden they have full-blown tics. And in my personal experience, I did not have very obvious tics when I was young. Most people didn't know I had tics at all. It wasn't even until last year that I was diagnosed with Tourette's. Help me. So just kind of seeing people get accused of faking for not taking in the past has kind of given me some imposter syndrome. Like, I know I don't want to tick, but like seeing people accused of faking for that makes me kind of scared to meet people from my past who known me when I had very, very mild tics. Because seeing communities like that, I don't know if they are a part of, FakeDisorderCringe, and maybe they'll post me on there because all of a sudden I am having kind of full-blown tics when I didn't in the past. So like seeing old friends kind of worries me, and it's kind of communities like that have perpetuated that fear for me. I've seen people accused of faking when it's convenient. So for example, cooking videos, people will make comments like, oh, okay, they used a knife, and if they had real Tourette's, they should have sliced their face open. That's kind of a dangerous thing to say, because that can, kind of suggesting people to have tics can sometimes trigger that tic to happen. And that's not everyone though, but some people, I guess. I know for me, when people tell me to stop ticking something, I will tick that even more. For example, one time I was riding in the passenger seat of a car, and I was having this tic where I kept opening the door, and the lady that was driving was like, stop that right now. And she was freaking out, but because she was telling me to stop, that kind of triggered my tic to keep grabbing that door handle. So that's kind of not a great idea. I've seen people fake claimed for driving. Driving is a very, very big part of my independence. I mean, people with Tourette's are just like anyone else. When we can focus on an activity that really can distract us from our tics, like suggesting that we don't belong on the road because sometimes we have issues with other tasks, that's kind of depressing. Because although I'm taking a lot right now when I'm driving, granted I used to have a lot of driving tics, but I was able to kind of suppress them or redirect them to some degree. I've seen people fake claim because, oh, you don't have blank as a tic. Like I've seen people fake claim because, oh, you only have like cute tics. If you really had tics, you would like scream slurs. Hey, bitch. and I was preventing myself from taking a slur. Like, bitch! No, don't say that. Like, help me. Well, because, like, you don't have tics that could get you in trouble. That's kind of a really crappy thing to fake claim someone for. Because good for them, they have a condition that isn't as bad as it could be. Some people also don't seem to understand, like, that yes, tics are involuntary, but they can also be suppressed. Like, for example, when I go to the grocery store, I suppress like crazy, or else I will get so many looks. I've heard stories of people being able to suppress their tics in school to some degree, and then when they get home, like, bitch, they just let them all out. It's not really a phenomenon you can understand unless you actually have Tourette's. And for me, I am pretty good at suppressing. Other people have a much harder time suppressing, and that just kind of goes along with the spectrum of Tourette's, because everyone's Tourette's presents very differently. Like, bitch, god damn it. I've seen, because TikTok is a very, like, song-based and music-based app, there's a lot of trends involving music, and some people have been fake claimed for ticking to a beat. This is kind of tricky. Some people do kind of seem suspicious for that. But I remember being a kid when my tics were new and I heard a clock ticking. Oh, yeah, I was ticking and the clock ticking. That's funny, but I would kind of tick to like maybe every fifth or third or whatever tick that the clock did. That door just opened. That's scary. Help me. So yeah, like dun dun dun, and then I would tick dun dun dun, and I would tick. And then as I've gotten older, I've noticed like sometimes I have to tick to a certain beat and then do like a harder tick, or else the tick kind of won't register in my head and I'll have to do it again. So example, I have a chest hitting tick. I'm going to kind of demonstrate it. This isn't a real tick, but I'll be like dun 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 bam, dun 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 bam. It has to be to that specific beat, or else I have to do it again. And then there's the actual tick. And then of course, people I've seen get fake claimed for ticking a lot when they're talking about tics, and then maybe not ticking at all or not ticking as much when they're doing some other activity. And for me, like, the biggest trigger of tics is when I'm reminded that I have tics. So I'm talking specifically about Tourette's in this video, so I'm going to be ticking like crazy. Like crazy. Tattoos and piercings. God fucking damn it. I've seen people get fake claimed for that. Let's show off my piercing. I have a nose piercing, and I have earrings. And someday I want to get a tattoo. And I feel pretty confident that I will be able to get a tattoo. Because when I got my piercings, I was really able to calm down because I was distracted because this big Viking dude was coming at me with a needle. That was enough to distract me. Sometimes fear helps me with my tics. Sometimes it does not help people at all. In fact, it might hurt people with tics, but for me, like, it's a very big distraction that really it's a distraction that distracts me. Yeah, it just really takes my mind off of ticking. It kind of moves that part of my brain that ticks to make another part more active, I guess. So I can see very well how communities like this can have good intentions, but in reality, as someone with Tourette's, this community has really made me doubt my own tics. It's made me embarrassed to have tics. A lot of the people that I've seen that have been confirmed of faking really, I think they're legit. I'm mutuals on TikTok with a lot of people that have been posted on that Reddit. And everyone presents tics and Tourette's differently. And kind of a perspective that I have is, and this also kind of goes along with that one South Park episode about Tourette's. I think it is harmful because it presents people with Tourette's as fakers. So, hello, Editing Brian is here now. I would like to make my point a little bit more clear because I did a very poor job at stating that last point. So, the South Park episode, it did present children with actual Tourette's. And they did that in a way that came off a lot better than what I thought it would. It was very realistic. It showed that Tourette's isn't just swearing, there's a lot of other facets to it. However, we do kind of get into a kind of a weird area. Having the main character of the episode faking Tourette's. That action in itself kind of stigmatizes Tourette's more because now you're putting the expectation that some people can fake Tourette's. That can put ideas in people's heads of when they first hear Tourette's, they associate that with faking. Which is kind of my issue with fake disorder cringe. However, I do understand the point of Cartman as a character, and that is he is a very, very horrible person that should probably be in jail forever. But I get that, but I wish the first major media representation of Tourette's didn't involve malingering. So yes, you might be pointing the microscope at people who are actually faking and malingering. But then that microscope gets pointed at everyone else, because I myself have been fake claimed a few times on TikTok. And that's probably just because there's an expectation that people with Tourette's are faking. But this is just in fact a very misunderstood neurological condition that we have a lot more progress to make in order to bring awareness to. So thanks for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. God damn it. And TikTok. They'll probably be here. Maybe they're here. I don't know. Like, subscribe, press all the buttons, and have a good one. Bye.